Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden, and she has taken off up the hill. You know, she's got to make sure I'm safe from rabid squirrels. Got to do her job. We're going to be in the garden today. The storm, for the most part, is blown out. I've got little patches of blue sky, and with the promise from all the weathermen, you know, I listened to more than one, that it's just going to get bluer and bluer, which is awesome. So, I'm going to take a break and oh, see, he didn't want to be on camera. There was a bumblebee. He was hanging out here with all my little dandelions. But we're not doing dandelions today. The goal is to get this row of bricks here filled in with dirt, and or dirt between where the bricks and the logs are, so that hugelkultur can just continue. And I need to do that so I can see how much soil I'm gonna end up left. Does that make sense? I gotta finish this row, start that row, and that way the soil that's left is what's gonna go in all the buckets, you know, and that way I can then finish garden 3. Having said that, I've scheduled an appointment and I've got somebody coming out here in a couple of days who's going to fix the tire on the tractor so I can go ahead and get the swell dug. So my goal long term is to finish garden 2, at least the bricks and the soil work, so I can then go and spend a lot of time in garden 3. Because garden 2 being the perennial garden, most of it is just a continuation of everything that I've had. I do have 2 more blueberries to plant. One will go here to fill the hole, and one will go down there to fill the hole, and then the row will be full. My onions here are just doing beautiful. So I've turned the, how do I say this? I've turned the power off. I've not opened the gate up yet. Open. I love it. I've got asparaguses that are just doing awesome. Focus. You know, ones that are coming up. You can tell where I picked 2 off there. I got 1 tall, and then there's a little purple one right there getting ready to come up. So the asparaguses are doing great. And then I don't know what to do with the garlic. I thought it had all died. The one that used to be up towards the top there is completely gone. Didn't look like any of them were coming up. That's garlic. And that's garlic. So what kills me is they should already be as big as the onions, you know? And they're not. They're tiny, so I don't know. They've come up, which is awesome. You know, yay, I have garlic. But they didn't all come up, at least not yet. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. Just kind of let them do what they do, and we'll see. And there's Miss Panda. She's like, Mom, it rained. I'm going to the puddle. All right, so let me get to work. Again, today's goal is sun's coming out. Yes. Fill that side. You know, get that brick wall done. Get this brick wall started. That's where we're going. That's the plan for the day. And we'll see from there. All right. I'll talk to you later. Say one last thing as a side note. Just to make life easier on me, I'm actually going to undo part of my fencing so I can bring the my gorilla cart full of dirt literally down this row. So I've got to undo this whole side of fencing. Again, not a huge problem. They're just tacked into the soil. Untack them, you know, and tack them up over here. That way I can go in and out with ease. It's the plan. Talk to you in a few. All right, the let's say water break, video break. You can see there's what, 1, 2. Let me take the glove off, zoom out just a little. Right, so there's 3 bricks there that I haven't filled, and mostly because if I need to move this end one, because this last hole here, that last hole there, is where the row's got to go up. Does that make sense? So I don't want to get it all filled with dirt and then have to move it because I've got to, you know, deal with this piece of wood, etc. Same thing down here. You can see where I've filled them and then filled in between where the bricks and the wood are. And the whole reason for doing the bricks, etc., is I knew over time my logs like this one here would rot. This is on a slope. I know it doesn't look like it from here, but if you look at the trees compared to where the workshop is, you can tell it's a slope. There's no place flat on my property. So the whole goal here was always to do a raised bed, higher on this side, lower on that side. There we go. So, you know, like terracing, and that way I don't lose good soil. This is all good soil. In May, it'll be 3 years that I've been here. Worked and tended this, keep it well. That's why all the weeds look great near the garden, because this is great soil. And it will continue to stay great, because as this wood breaks down, it's just part of that whole hugelkultur process. This wood will feed the ground here for a long time to come. So the bricks help with erosion control, specifically in spots like this where this log is just, it's gone. It's not gonna make it a full season. So I got to get the bricks done, at least the first row. And it's the same thing up there. That brick there, right there he is, right there. I'm quite sure if I was to go over and hit him with the shovel, he would disintegrate. I feel the same thing about the little one that's right here in between the sticking up one. I do believe I'm gonna lose some logs this year. I got to get the bricks in. Thing that I put the fatter bricks back here with the blueberries. That's the place that I don't have bricks yet. And it's okay. This will go another year. Won't go another 2, but it'll go another year if necessary. So the whole goal is to get it done. Now on this one here, you can see where that hole has not been filled yet. For the same reason, this is where it's got to go. So I'm gonna have to move like these 2 logs and that whole row so I can do this side of bricks. Now this side's gonna be easy because I've just had black plastic down. Over there I've got to look at my walking onions, and figure out what I'm gonna do. Am I just gonna harvest, or am I gonna transplant them? Not figured that side out yet. So anyway, I'm taking a water break, and I'm gonna come back here and I'm going to work this end. I need to get at least 2 bricks in and measure out how far I want it. It might be 3 bricks, I'm not sure yet, but I need to get the bricks in. Because that way, again, should we get a crazy rainstorm, I don't lose soil out the corner because I've only got it built up well here on the sides. But it's water break, video break. Supervisor's watching. So we took a break earlier and went and played in the panda pond. So she is quite cool and sitting in the shade relaxing and, hanging out. So she and I will talk to you later. All right, just a quickie so you can see the corner. Does that make sense? And if you look, I want the inside bed to be 36 inches. Does that make sense? That includes with the logs. So right there is where the next brick starts going that way. Now if you look from there to there, there's a lot of space. I know this is going to sound crazy, but when you look at the beds, I got walking space bed, walking space bed, walking space bed. I don't have walking space. If I got anything in my pockets, or if I'm walking with tools or even trying to shovel, I'm way too close to that fence. So by measuring this, not just with logs, but actually when I put the bricks in, measure it out, so I only have like a 3-foot garden type thing, or 3.5 feet. Basically, again, however far that brick goes out to go that way is how far this one's going to be. That'll move this aisle down. That'll move the row of bricks down. That'll remove the whole top of the bed down. That'll move the fence down. That'll let me put an aisleway in on the back, and that way I have an aisleway, top, middle, bottom. That's the plan, though. Now from there, once I get these bricks in, like this piece of wood, it's going to push right back up against the bricks here and just continue to disintegrate. Again, feed the garden. My pile of dirt that I pulled up that was in this area, that makes sense, I will level it out through all of this and reassemble the black plastic on it. And by moving the bricks here, instead of having a little 1.5 foot walking space, because this is like the back row, there's just not enough space, I end up with a 3-foot walking space, by the time I'm done. And that's the goal, so it doesn't matter if I'm working out here and what tools I have out here, I can walk appropriately, move the gorilla cart down the rows here in with me, just things that'll make, as I get older, life a little easier to do. So, and still keep this garden behind the deer fence. Deer like asparagus. So do I. I get the asparagus right now. They don't. Same thing with the blueberries and the strawberries. I'm not fighting rodents and squirrels. All right, let me get back to work. and I'll show you again in a minute. Alrighty, bricks are all full, excuse me. Now down there where I rounded the top corner, focus, there you go, and then laid my logs back in place. I did not do that down here at this corner, and mostly because I have onions here. The corner should come off of this brick and run that way, and you could see I would onions all the way down. And it's not time to harvest onions yet. You know, I'm not trying to lose my onions, so doesn't matter. I don't have to. It's one brick. I don't have to do it today. It's okay. You know. So what do I got to do? I got to go ahead and put my black plastic back over there. And since I've pulled a lot of soil off my hill, I should be able to recover it with just the tarp and not use black plastic at all. So I should be able to black plastic this upper corner. Yay! And just kind of keep going from there. Having said that, once I get the two areas plastics, I'll probably pull the weeds that are growing here in my walking onions. Take a few minutes to do that, and then I will start working on this fabric right here. I've got it here with bricks. It's what's holding it down. The side that's up against the brick wall now, since the brick is full of dirt, I can actually tack down. The side that's over against the strawberries and the blueberries, I can roll it under the logs, so it should hold down on its own. Does that make sense? And that way those bricks and the brick that's down there you go, way down there, comes back with these bricks to fill in this top area, or to start this the top back row. And I have to move that because I need to go ahead and move the black plastic, the woven fabric here, up against the bricks there. So, you know, let's keep the weeds on the areas that I've done to a minimum. So, anyway, I'm gonna keep going. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, work with black plastic and then work with woven fabric, and sooner or later I'll be done. All right, talk to you in a few. Whew. Supervisor approved. She's hanging out in the shade. Smart dog, you know. All right, this is the aisleway that's not, how do I say it, stapled down. It's been moved up against the logs because this is the side that we've worked, and away from the logs on this side because this is where my row of bricks are going to go. Now this is the side that we did work, bricks in, bricks full, and the side of the woven fabric up against the bricks has been tacked down. The other side, because I'm not even ready to start the side, I've just kind of rolled the edges under the logs. Should hold it down. If not, I will add some logs to it. It's just that easy. I put there's a brick at that end and a brick at this end just to make sure there's weight at the ends. But it should stay down. Shouldn't be an issue with weather. So what's left? I want to go ahead and do a little bit of watering with the molasses water. You know, get the asparagus, the garlic, since it decided to come up, and go ahead and give the onions here some love. And since my blueberries are starting to bud, I'm gonna go ahead and see. There we go. You can see them, little green tips. Since they're starting to bud out, go ahead and give them a little molasses water as well. Same thing with the strawberries. I don't have any flowers yet, but they got that growth spurt, that green. Hey, summer's coming. We're here. That's on both sides. My June strawberries, and these are my everbearing, and it's the same thing. I've got leaves coming up. So, what do I have left to do there? Water, and then I got to put the fence back. And that's where we're at. Now, I probably won't do a video after I put the fence back. You know, probably not that interesting. But yeah, we're going to call it a day after that. Let Panda go play in the panda pool. You know, she's been in it twice already today. We've taken breaks and, you know, let her play in the pool. She likes the pool. And we're going to do it again just to make sure she's clean before we go in the house. Maybe I'll show you the hoop tunnel, maybe not. Don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let me get done. And Miss Panda and I'll talk to you later.